Bharat, the cradle of an incredible civilization, where Dharma has blossomed for millennia. Here lies, undiscovered, a beacon of timeless and universal wisdom, the Thirukkural, a literary and spiritual wonder penned by the revered sage Thiruvalluvar. This masterpiece consists of 1,330 awe-inspiring couplets or Kurals. They traverse life's grand panorama in a systematic fashion in 3 major categories and indexed into 133 Adhigarams or topics of 10 Kurals each. As we delve into the ocean of Tirukkural, prepared to experience a world of profound wisdom, righteousness, wealth, love, contentment, and liberation. Yet another priceless gift to the world from the timeless, eternal civilization of Bharat.
The first Adhigaram, consisting of 10 Kurals, serves as an invocation to the divine. It focuses on the fundamental virtue of righteousness, manifested by ethical living. Thiruvalluvar emphasizes the importance of leading a virtuous life and highlights the fundamental values that contribute to ethical conduct. The Adhigaram covers various aspects of moral living, such as truthfulness, justice, self-control, and compassion. Thiruvalluvar stresses the significance of adhering to these virtues in personal and social life. Adhigaram 1 serves as the foundation for the entire Thirukkural, setting the tone for the subsequent chapters that delve into specific aspects of human conduct and ethical principles. Let's start our journey with Kural 1.
அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு.
Just as every language begins with the letter A, symbolizing the eternal God, so too does the world have the eternal God as its foundation. In a picturesque corner of Bharata, there sat Krishnadas, deeply immersed in meditation. Beside him, his mischievous grandson, Hari, is frolicking and playing. As Hari notices his grandpa silently murmuring, "Om," the words sounded both enchanting and intriguing. Unable to resist, the little one tiptoed closer, prodded Krishnadas. Krishnadas gently opened his eyes. "Why do you disturb my meditation, little one?" he asked. Hari asked, "What does Ohom mean, Grandpa?" Krishnadas corrected him. It's pronounced Om. My dear, it is a sacred sound that holds deep meaning in our culture. Several languages begin with the letter A, just as the foundation of our language begins with A. This sacred sound, Om, represents the beginning of the universe. It symbolizes the Creator from whom all things originate. Krishnadas invited Hari to join him and chant the sacred sound, Om. Their voices harmonized with the rhythm of the universe. As they meditated together, Hari embraced the ancient wisdom and understood the power of a sacred sound that echoed through the ages. This Kural tells that just as sound defines the creation, we should choose our words carefully, as they define who we are. Let's continue our journey with Kural 2.
கற்றதனால் ஆய பயனன்கொல் வாலறிவன் நற்றாள் தொழார் எனின்.
The value of all your education and knowledge lies in your ability to surrender yourself at the feet of God. Two friends, Hari and Arjun, met under the shade of a majestic banyan tree. Hari exclaimed, "I did it! I secured the first rank in our class!" and called Arjun for a treat at his favorite restaurant. Arjun said, "Why not visit the temple and offer thanks to the god first?" Hari was amused. "The temple? It's all because of my hard work." Arjun then countered him. "Tell me, Hari, do you have any siblings?" Hari nodded. "Yes, a not-so-studious sister and a carefree brother who isn't particularly interested in academics." Arjun revealed, "You see, my friend, you're all born to the same mother. But the goddess Saraswati have blessed only you with knowledge and wisdom." Hari realized his fault and said, "You make a valid point, Arjun. My family did their duty, and my teachers guided me. But it's the divine grace that made it all possible. Come, let's go to the temple." And as they bowed their heads in prayer, Hari couldn't help but feel a sense of immense gratitude, knowing that the reason behind his success was possible due to his hard work, his family members' love, and divine blessings. This Kural highlights the fact that the wisdom resides within those who can remain still and be attentive enough to listen for its whispers. Let's continue our journey with Kural 3.
மலர்மிசை ஏகினான் மானடி சேர்ந்தார் நிலமிசை நீடு வாழ்வார்.
Those who are deeply connected to the divine presence and remain devoted shall flourish, symbolized by the heaven. Krishnadas decided it was time for a pilgrimage to a temple and informed his family. But his doctor had scheduled a bypass surgery for him. His family were worried about his frail health and pleaded with him to avoid the pilgrimage. But determined Krishnadas said, "Fear not, my dear ones. My God calls me, and I must go. I have faith that He will protect me on this pilgrimage," and set forth all alone. His family anxiously awaited his return. After a long wait of a week, Krishnadas returned home, beaming with joy, and offered them prasadam from the mandirs he had visited. The family rushed him to the hospital for his scheduled bypass surgery. But to their utter surprise, the doctor couldn't find any blockages in his heart and declared he doesn't need a bypass surgery anymore. Krishnadas's daughter-in-law, Meera, asked the doctor, "But doctor, how is this possible? His heart was in bad shape before." It's as if the divine intervened. Your father-in-law's unwavering devotion and connection with God have brought about a miraculous healing, the doctor said. So, let this tale remind us all of the power of faith and how the love of the divine can work wonders beyond our wildest dreams. This Kural highlights the message that surrendering oneself to God brings about divine intervention and care. By placing trust in the divine, one can find solace, peace and protection. Let's continue our journey with Kural 4.
வேண்டுதல் வேண்டாமை இலானடி சேர்ந்தார்க்கு யாண்டும் இடும்பை இல.
Those who devote themselves to the feet of a divine being, who is free from desire or aversion, shall be protected from evil. Industrialist Rajesh Das was very happy in clinching a mega export order and celebrated this occasion by distributing sweets to all his employees. And he headed to his favorite temple to thank the god for showering his blessings upon him. Rajesh's buddy Ganesh sarcastically, "Hey, Raju, you secured bank loans and worked hard to clinch the deal? You did this all by yourself. Then why are you giving any of the credit to God?" Rajesh smiled humbly and said, "Of course, my friend, I did work hard, but I firmly believe that without God's grace, this wouldn't have happened." But just when it seemed all is well, fate had other plans. A fire broke out in the warehouse, where the raw materials for the export order were stored. Rajesh's raw materials were engulfed in the flames. Rajesh's spirits plummeted. Ganesh, trying to console his friend, spoke up. "Raju, my man, where's your God now? How could he let this happen to you?" Rajesh's loving wife, Meera, stepped in and with a reassuring touch, she said, "Don't worry, Raju. Remember, as a favor to your friend, we had availed of insurance cover for all your buildings. When he became an insurance agent, our losses will be covered." Rajesh instantly recalled the incident and recomposed himself. Turning to Ganesh, he said, "See, once again, God hasn't forsaken us. He came to our rescue through the insurance cover we inadvertently purchased." Ganesh acknowledged his mistake. "You're right, Raju. I didn't see the bigger picture. Sometimes we get so caught up in questioning things that we forget to see the divine hand guiding us." As the Kural encapsulates, balance and equilibrium in one's life are essential. Difficulties will pass, just as joys and triumphs do. God will never forsake the one with faith. Let's continue our journey with Kural 5.
இருள் சேர் இருவினையும் சேரா இறைவன் பொருள் சேர் புகழ் புரிந்தார் மாட்டு.
Those who take pleasure in true praise of God shall not be bound by the dual nature of deeds that arise from darkness. In a quaint little village in Bharat, there was a tea shop owner named Suraj Yadav, a devout believer who saw every task as an offering to the Almighty. One fine morning, when Yadav was serving chai to his customers, a weary traveler came to his shop, seeking directions from him and his crowd of customers. Yadav instantly responded and said, "Hey, my friend, I know a shortcut that'll get you to your destination in come no time. Have a refreshing chai as our guest." The traveler gratefully accepted the hospitality, had his chai, expressed his heartfelt thanks and followed Yadav's directions. A few hours later, Yadav's friend Krishnadas entered the tea shop and informed him that, "Hey, Suraj, the traveler who you guided has had a terrible accident." Yadav felt a punch to his gut, blamed himself and lamented, "Why would God allow me to commit such a mistake?" But Krishnadas added, "Hold on, Suraj, don't blame yourself. He was no ordinary traveler. He was a drug peddler. You unknowingly guided the stranger to his karma. God works in mysterious ways, and you were a part of His divine plan to keep our people safe." As the truth sank in, Suraj's heart felt lighter, and a smile returned to his face. He understood that life's surprises and blessings often come wrapped in unexpected packages. It's all a part of God's grand design. Suraj Yadav continued to serve his customers diligently. The essence of this Kural encourages us not to worry about the outcome of our actions and focus our energies on carrying them out with good intentions. We are merely instruments in the hands of God, and we should trust in His divine plan. Let's continue our journey with Kural 6.
பொறைவாயில் ஐந்தவித்தான் பொய்தீர் ஒழுக்க நெறி நின்றார் நீடு வாழ்வார்.
Those who adhere to the faultless path of the divine, who has conquered the desires of the senses, shall attain long-lasting prosperity. Hari approaches his grandfather, Krishnadas, with a query. His school teacher has assigned an essay on the topic of how to control the 5 senses. Krishnadas proceeds to provide practical examples, points out that the grandmother, Tulsi, watches TV without fail every day, which can potentially harm her vision in older age. Next, he draws attention to the sister who frequently orders food from restaurants, unable to control her sense of taste, avoiding healthy home-cooked food. This tendency may lead to health issues in the future. Krishnadas then directs Hari towards his brother, who incessantly listens to music on his iPad with headphones for prolonged periods. He explains that this habit can result in ear damage and potential hearing impairment over time. Lastly, he mentions the father's habit of consuming alcohol daily, which can have detrimental effects on his health. Krishnadas emphasizes that if one does not exercise control over their senses, it not only impacts their own well-being, but also affects the lives of those around them. The Kural conveys to us the necessity of controlling the senses and maintaining discipline, as it could lead to negative outcomes if unchecked. Let's continue with Kural 7.
தனக்குவமை இல்லாதான் தாழ் சேர்ந்தார் கல்லால் மனக்கவலை மாற்றல் அரிது.
Anxiety of mind cannot be removed except from those who are united to the feet of Him who is incomparable. Hari's mother, Meera, was excited and told her mother-in-law, "Guess what? I'm all set to rock my cousin's wedding." But as Tulsi couldn't help but notice something amiss. "Hey, Meera, you look absolutely stunning. But where's your necklace?" Meera hesitated, feeling a bit shy. "Well, Ma, I don't have a necklace that matches with this outfit." Tulsi dashed to her room and emerged with a dazzling necklace matching with Meera's attire. Meera's eyes sparkled, but she hesitated. "Oh, Ma, this necklace is too precious. What if something happens to it?" "Nonsense," Tulsi replied, putting the necklace around Meera's neck. "I have faith in God to take care of us. Just wear it and enjoy the wedding." Meera finally relented and happily wore the dazzling necklace. Off she went to the wedding. But alas, after a few hours, Meera returned home with teary eyes. "The necklace? It's gone. Someone stole it," she sobbed. Tulsi put her arms around Meera. "Don't worry, dear. It's just a necklace, and material things come and go. We'll file a police complaint. But remember, we can't control what's already happened." "But what if we can't replace it?" Meera asked, wiping her tears. Tulsi passionately, "Listen, let's place our burdens on Him, trust in His plans, and hope for a positive future." Meera's heart felt lighter and realized that faith could overcome any hurdle, big or small. The Kural's underlying message conveyed is that by surrendering themselves to God and letting go of worry, one can find solace and things will work out as desired by Him. Let's continue our journey with Kural 8.
அறவாளி அந்தணன் தாழ் சேர்ந்தார் கல்லால் பிறவாளி நீந்தல் அரிது.
No one can navigate the treacherous sea of vice except those who are connected to the feet of a benevolent being who embodies virtue. Once, during his village visit, the eagerly awaited monsoons washed away Krishnadas and his neighbor Chandra Mohan's crop and left their fields in ruins. A day after disaster, Krishnadas's village house became a hub of activity. Friends, family, and even the village folks poured in to console him for his loss. On the other hand, Chandra Mohan was taken aback by the eerie silence at his doorstep. "Why isn't anybody coming to console me?" Chandra Mohan's wife Radha reasoned out. "My dear, Krishnadas has been donating his savings to help the needy. He believes that his possessions are gifts from God, and he feels a deep sense of responsibility to share his blessings with others." Puzzled Chandra Mohan. "So, his generous actions have earned him love and support of so many people?" "Exactly," she exclaimed. "His selfless acts have won him the goodwill of the entire village. They know that Krishnadas is always there to lend a helping hand, so they rushed to offer their comfort when he needed it the most." Chandra Mohan understood the true meaning of Krishnadas's benevolence. "I see now," he said. "If we continue to act selfishly and hoard our blessings, we may lose the respect and support of others. But if we choose to share what God has given us, He will shower us with assistance in various forms." His wife was happy that her husband had grasped the valuable lesson. "Absolutely, my dear. When we share our blessings with an open heart, we create a circle of love and support that comes back to us manifold. So, let's be like Krishnadas and let kindness be our guiding light." The Kural underscores the belief that God resides within the hearts of virtuous individuals and as a result, they are never alone, and they find support and companionship in the journey of life. Let's continue with Kural 9.
கோளில் பொறியில் குணமிலவே என் குணத்தான் தாளை வணங்கா தலை.
A head that does not worship the feet of the divine being who possesses 8 attributes is as useless as a sense without the power of sensation. Anand was a young and bright student. One day, as Anand was loitering around in his school, he was stopped by his teacher, Mrs. Gupta. "Anand, my dear, you are my pet student. Here, take my collection of question papers for the last 10 years. I hope this will help you secure the top position in the school." Consumed by arrogance, Anand's ego got the better of him. He tossed the question papers out of the school corridor from the 2nd floor. "Who needs old papers? If I'm really her pet, she should have given me this year's paper," he scoffed. Little did Anand know that the universe had other plans. The papers landed right in front of our own Hari. When Hari saw the question papers floating down from the heavens, he couldn't believe his luck. He saw it as a sign from God and thanked the Almighty. When the exam results were declared, Hari had performed much better than Anand. He gingerly approached Mrs. Gupta to express his gratitude for the question bank she had miraculously provided. Mrs. Gupta realized that it was worthwhile to focus on students like Hari, who valued and respected her time and efforts, rather than wasting it on arrogant ones like Anand. On seeing Hari's success, Anand's conscience kicked in, and he realized his foolishness that cost him an opportunity. With a deep sense of shame, he apologized to Mrs. Gupta. Mrs. Gupta, the compassionate teacher, consoled him. "Anand, my dear, it's never too late to learn from our mistakes. Perhaps it was Hari's heartfelt prayers that guided you to the right path." Through Anand, the Kural emphasizes a valuable lesson. Belief in God, humility, respect, and gratitude lead one towards success, while arrogance and ignorance lead them astray. Let's continue with Kural 10.
பிறவி பெருங்கடல் நீந்துவர் நீந்தார் இறைவன் அடி சேராதார்.
No one can traverse the vast ocean of rebirths except those who are connected to the divine feet of God. Over breakfast with her mother-in-law Tulsi and her daughter Pallavi, Meera was discussing whether rebirth really exists. The lively debate was interrupted by a call from Meera's boss, instructing her to thwart the chances of one of Meera's senior colleague, who was the boss's competitor in the office. Meera was instructed to ensure the colleague didn't secure a lucrative contract from a client Meera knew very well. If caught, it would cost Meera her job, but her boss assured her that he would protect her. Meera's mother-in-law grabbed this opportunity to conclude the debate by asserting that Meera is destined from another birth. This intrigues Meera's daughter Pallavi, and she questions her grandmother. Tulsi imparts the timeless wisdom of Sanatana Dharma, sharing that while having another birth is beyond our control, adhering to principles can help avoid it certainly is. Tulsi advocates for trusting in God, embracing virtuous thoughts, intents and actions, while refraining from obstructing opportunities for others. Pallavi was skeptical and expresses her doubts that as her mother was in a competitive, corporate environment, she could adhere to such lofty principles, prompting the grandmother to playfully suggest that this skepticism is why she envisions that Meera will have to be reborn and cannot escape the cycle of life. Meera watched aghast and was speechless. Her mother-in-law had proven her point. The following day, a stranger visits their house. Introducing himself as Mohan, he thanks Meera. Meera tells her family that the discussion of the previous day had sparked a realization, and she had transformed her approach. Instead of hindering Mohan, she ensured her client awarded the contract to Mohan, risking incurring the wrath of her boss. Meera attributes this change to her mother-in-law's guidance, expressing her newfound commitment to a path of spiritual transformation and performing acts of good karma. This Kural underscores the transformative power of cultivating positive thoughts, leading to virtuous actions and a fulfilling life. It advocates for moral principles, faith in a higher power, and the pursuit of a life that seeks freedom from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Attaining moksha is the highest pursuit of a life well lived. Adhigaram 1 is universal, transcending cultural and social boundaries while being timeless. It is equally applicable today as it was when written over 2 millennia ago.